In 2010, with the growing sport of ultra running on the rise, a sports doctor, Rajat Chauhan out of New Delhi, India, gave birth to a 137-mile foot race over the two highest motorable passes in the world, and he named it La Ultra the High. Starting at 14,000 feet, the race travels 137.6 miles and crosses two of the world's highest passes of over 17,500 feet before finishing at 13,800 feet in the barren flats of the Mori Plains. In the first attempt of the race, it had only one finisher. Then 1 year later, in 2011, 6 runners from around the globe joined to take on the challenge of running at high altitude in what is becoming known as one of the toughest races on Earth. When learning of the race, I packed my bags, traveled to the Himalayas of northern India, organized a small film crew, and jumped onto the back of a motorcycle to cover the event. What unfolded was one of the toughest physical battles to reach the finish line of any ultra race I have seen to date.
So we have 7 participants this year, and the very first one I would like to mention is Sharon, and she has an unfinished job, if it were.
I am so excited to be back here. It has been my single focus for a year. It's not only a personal journey, it's just a lot to me. It means a lot to me to be here.
6 minutes. We gotta just get your guys' like all your vital signs. No.
Then second one worthwhile mentioning is Sharon Gayner. So Sharon's from UK. She was supposed to join us last year. A very, very tough runner. And she breaks records like no one's business.
I kind of know how I'm going to run it. I personally think the first 100 miles is going to be pretty straightforward. The first peak, I think, because you're quite fresh, you're going to get up there quite easily. Then you come down the other side and it's quite low. Well, I say quite low, it's practice sort of 12,000 feet, I think, for a majority of the next section. And that's just get your head down and get the miles under your belt. And then when you get to roughly 100 miles, that's when I think you're going to struggle, because the second peak is going to be quite a challenge. I think you're going to be walking from lower than 15,000 feet. So it's a new challenge and it's extreme. You know, I said 135 miles really doesn't worry me, but the altitude does.
Hi Sharon, are you free for us to examine you really quick?
Oh, what, you need examination as well? I run away too quick, yeah?
From the southern hemisphere, we have Lisa Tamati, amazing runner again. She's run from one end of New Zealand to the other, very established ultra runner.
I've been here now 9 days, so a little bit longer than most of the competitors here. Still suffering quite severely from altitude symptoms, even at this level.
Good luck, Lisa.
Thanks, guys.
Best of luck.
Thanks.
Then from US, Sanchez. He's a man. He's someone who loves pain. So what's interesting, I've heard this, I'm repeating someone else's comments here, but when we do anything, human beings, we're trying to get into that comfort zone. So we're trying to say, can I be comfortable with something? Whereas Ray is a boxer, or a former boxer, someone who loves pain. So he's a tough runner.
40 hours left, or 45. I'm used to pain. I could just, from boxing and prior to me being active and, things I used to be a wrestler and everything. I'm strong-minded. I could just block it out and just continue going. So you just learn to understand your body. And when you learn that, you can just tune anything out and just go. Because when you run, you get this runner high. It's like you leave your body. And it's like, wow, I just did 25 miles. And you're like, wow, you don't realize it. And then next you know, you just did another 10 and you're almost finished.
4 minutes to go!
Samantha Gash is from Australia. She, in last year, did 4 desert runs in one single year. So again, something very, very amazing.
What I like to do when I race is to get myself into this disassociated state where I'm not actually completely connected to my body, so my mind's in a separate place to where the physical actually is. And that allows you to kind of go for longer periods of time without sometimes feeling the pain. But how do you get yourself into the zone when there's cars, brushing past you, honking horns, dogs running all the way? Like, all these things are going to be really difficult to allow yourself to get into that place.
Bye, everybody!
You want to say anything special?
If they make it on time.
Okay, last how much time?
90 seconds!
Come on! Hey, all the runners, please!
From US again, Jason Rita is there.
I don't think the addictive part of it is the finish. I think the addictive part is the doing of it. I want to enjoy every minute of being out there. I don't want to suffer, through it. I want to enjoy every step.
Key is to have fun.
Yeah.
Lots of pictures.
Yeah.
And we just enjoy ourselves.
Sure, absolutely. Got it, man.
Take care of yourself, because I don't want to worry about you.
Sure.
I need to worry about myself.
Okay. Cool.
Same with everyone else.
Yeah.
The runners are now nearing 2 hours as they travel the 26-mile and 5,000 feet incline up to the first pass of Khardung La at 18,300 feet.
It's about 8:21 a.m. He's been on the road for about 2 hours, 21 minutes. He's looking pretty strong. There's an uphill task coming up with Khardung La approaching fast. So he's maintaining a 10 minutes mile pace at this particular point of time. He may slow down later on, but he's looking good.
Ray Sanchez is leading the group, but not far behind, Sharon Gayner out of the UK is maintaining a close second.
Yeah, Sharon's going well at the moment. She's in control of herself, she says. We've got certain trigger points where she's got to be, and she's 10 minutes up on where she's supposed to be. So she's 10 minutes up at a schedule at the moment. So it could be a bit more, because the next checkpoint where we're supposed to check her time is at the Great Mountain View. So that could be anywhere. So she's probably just past that. Give her, she's got it.
Sharon is asthmatic, which adds to the challenges of breathing in the high altitude. To help counter the effects, she is using a nebulizer, but she is forced to slow her pace during intake.
It's the asthma. It'll clear airways. Because we get an area, and we suppose you've got to take that every 4 hours. So it's instead of an asthma pump, she uses this. It'll get into her lungs better. So she's having this on this section. That'll be. She's taking it every 4 hours, and she'll walk for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I can't see anything. Thanks, Givich.
Welcome.
Jason, a methodic runner, is currently in third place. His focus is on moving slowly and safely through the single-lane roads of the uphill climb and maintaining close observations on his physical state.
Trying to avoid getting hit by a truck and breathing too many diesel fumes. But I think we can see Khardung La up ahead, and so this is all about not going in cycling in Australia we call it booty lock. It's when you're on the rivet and you're really hammering and you're above your lactate threshold, but it's a sprint and you feel your muscles kind of expanding in the skin, and if it gets to that point where they lock up, you're done for the day. So I can feel it in my calves. They're kind of expanding, because even walking we're hypoxic, and I've got a plan to get some massage from my crew that'll help open it up a little bit. I don't know the whole physiology, but it's definitely something I want to avoid. In cycling they say you have only so many matches in and you burn once you burn all those matches in your matchbook, you're done. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. And that way we can run downhill to Lay, pick up some time.
Jason's crew are a moving aid station with food and supplies waiting at a set distance in front of him. Their focus is on maintaining his vitals and food intake to keep him strong throughout the course.
8:05 right now. He's been running for 2 hours and 5 minutes, and we're about the 18-kilometer mark, 19-kilometer mark. He's doing all right. He's actually going probably a bit faster than he thought he'd be at this point, so that's why we see him walking. He's probably slowing down a bit. He's planning to walk all the way up to Khardung. So far, everything is going according to plan. Food intake, drink intake, he's doing well.
All right.
You good?
Yep.
Set of 5, around 18K.
Yeah, you guys gonna check in soon? 15 minutes.
Yep.
Okay. All right, it's getting steep, so a little bit of walking, which means I can take in some calories, because in this hypoxic environment, all the blood goes to the working muscles. There's less for the stomach to process any food that you take in. So the section that I'm walking now, 2 hours in, will definitely try to get into 300 calories. All right, good man.
Samantha, the youngest of the runners, is moving at a strong upward pace, and her team, while enjoying the smooth start, knows there are tougher times ahead.
I don't know, we're about roughly 20K in, and Sam's going really well. She's positive. The crew's going well. The crew's going well, and yeah, the race is going well at the moment. Early days yet, so the radio comms seem to be working. Everything kind of came together at the last minute, so yeah, looking forward to it.
How are you feeling?
With concerns of altitude lingering in her thoughts, Lisa is moving slowly up the first climb. And Molly, a second-year veteran to the course, is well aware of the dangers of moving too quickly uphill in the thin air of the Himalayas. Now coming up on 3 hours of running, they each begin to move into the first checkpoint of North Pulu.
Okay, we are at North Pulu. This is the first big traffic point on the way to Khardung La. A few runners have already gone up. I think Ray has gone up, Sharon has gone up. Who else has gone up so far? Ray, Sharon, that's it. Ray and Sharon have gone up. Justin is around 2 kilometers behind us. Lisa is at the 5 kilometer mark behind us. Everyone seems to be doing strong. There's some are slow, some are fast. No one seems to be having any medical issues at the moment, and everything seems to be going on plan. The police have already arrived here. They're doing an excellent job for us controlling the traffic. Police have stopped the traffic on the other side of Khardung La top, which is at K2. So that's a very good sign for us.
Kunal is a key member of the race core crew. His job is to maintain tabs on the location of each runner and report any safety concerns that may arise.
Alright. And if you would like to take me on the turn,
Passing North Pulu, the rate of incline and ascent towards Khardung La increase rapidly, and with it, the challenges of high altitude begin to sneak in on the runners.
Yeah. I really would like you to take this. It's against nausea.
I'm all right.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Ray is the first to show signs of trouble. Still leading the group, he has slowed slightly, and there are concerns that he is losing weight too rapidly in his ascent.
They say I'm under, but I feel heavy. So, stomach's a little bit nauseated. I don't know if it's from the altitude or from the food, and the goo. But strong, I could run, but I'm ahead of schedule, so I'm just gonna walk.
Well, we have covered about 44 kilometers. We left at 6 a.m. Ray Sanchez took the lead, and so far he's going strong. He's kind of feeling nauseated. He just stopped over to for toilet. He's looking good, you know. For the last 5 kilometers, he's just been climbing smooth. But only my concern is he's kind of feeling nauseated. So that's the only point of concern. Other than that, he looks good. He's all set to climb K-top in another 3 kilometers. Yeah, pretty soon. So it looks good. So far, so good.
I gotta stay away from the chips. They're spicy.
Spicy?
Yeah.
What about
Stinger?
Is that 25 miles you needed now?
It's 25 miles.
Yeah, okay, we still have 4 more kilometers to go.
It's about another 4 kilometers.
Yeah, 25 mile mark.
Okay.
Okay.
So another like that, yeah, 4 kilometers.
Just some water. I'm doing good.
You're doing good? All right.
My weight's okay. Yeah, not yet.
All right, cool. Just get you water. All right. Good going, Ray.
We're at approximately 11:30. I'd say he'll reach the top by 12. In 6 hours for 42 kilometers. That's around 7 kilometers per hour, which is quite an excellent speed. As a non-runner, that's what I think. At least that's an excellent speed.
Change your tea.
Yes, you're gonna go inside. There is tea inside. Okay. Gonna go for like 2 minutes. Come on. Thank you.
Reaching Khardung La in just over 6 hours, Ray is on pace for a new course record. But his response to the high altitude during the first climb has raised concerns. Close behind the lead, Sharon is now summiting Khardung La Pass. Her team is planned to hold any rest breaks while at the top, and she quickly crosses over to lower ground.
She's doing well. She's going really well. I should have better than thought. She's about 1 hour ahead of schedule. We had her to come here at 15 minutes past 1, and she's got here about 15 minutes past 12. So that's an hour better than she is, and she's feeling really comfortable. So there's no problems, no headaches, no nausea. So it's good that she's gone straight down. I think it's best to spend as little time on top as possible. And I think it's best just to get a quick drink and straight down.
As the 2 lead runners begin their descent, the rest of the pack begins to work their way up and over Khardung La.
We're on top of Khardung La, and 2 folks, Ray Sanchez, he crossed it at 12:03, I think, and Sharon Gayner at 12:08. So the 4 runners are still waiting, who we are waiting for. They are in order: Jason Rita, who's 3rd, probably 8 kilometers from the top, and then would be Samantha Gash, probably 9 or 10 kilometers away from here, and then would be Lisa. I don't know her location right now, and then Molly Sheridan. So those are the people. Molly is doing okay so far because she's just on the spot. You know, she's, according to my calculations, she'll make it to the cutoff time that we have for South Pulu. So I think everyone's good for that. Let's see.
Well, this is Team Jason's. We're stuck in traffic behind quite a few army trucks. Jason is just behind us, coming up, almost at the top of Khardung La. Supposedly the highest motorable pass in the world. He's in fine shape, a little bit tired after 6 hours, of course, but at a good pace.
Well, we're 42k in, 1 marathon down. Is it 4 to go? 5 to go, I think. You always know when you're in trouble when you can't do math. Anyway, 42k in, 180k left. And I wish I'd only signed up for the 42k. Be done. But then no guts, no glory, right? That's what they say.
Yeah, everything okay?
Everything is good.
No chest tightness?
No.
Pierre is one of the race medics. His job is to check for signs of high altitude sickness in the runners.
Like, you need anything?
No. Joking aside, no.
Okay, you tell
I'm good.
me. Okay.
All right.
Jason, having passed his 2nd medical checkpoint of the course, begins to think about plans for his 6,000 feet, 26-mile descent to the Leh Valley.
I'm really not sure about running downhill. Might be You always think you can run downhill, but my legs are toast. Took about 3 hours or more, just over 3 hours to climb from North Pulu. About 15 minutes per K. And unless we get some massage up here. So what I'm trying to do is kind of wake up the legs after that long climb.
Jason's Vita has reached the top of Khardung La at 11 minutes past 1.
Especially on the outside there. So this will wake up the legs, hopefully I can run downhill.
I think exactly in front of me you see that little black car with a little dot. I think that's Lisa Damati. From the update that I got, they said she's 2 to 3 kilometers below. Just 10 minutes back, so that ought to be her.
Now only a short distance from Khardung La, the thin, dry air makes one feel heavy, and Lisa's pace has slowed to compensate. But the longer she stays in high altitude, the more she becomes vulnerable to sickness, and she must continue to move forward for her safety.
You can see Samantha as well, I think. You have Samantha and Lisa.
Sam's taking it pretty easy this steep bit because she knows how much it takes it out of her. So I think she's probably about 5k back there. She's not too stressed about it because of the last time when she practiced it. So the only issue, she's just struggling a bit with keeping the food down. She had some antibiotics this morning because of that dust storm yesterday. Her eye got a bit infected. So not a great start, but mate, she's a trooper. She'll get through it.
Hey guys, just for you to do a checkup on Lise in approximately 2 hours, but we will let you know closer to the time. Right now it's 1:34, so we're looking at right there 3:30.
Lisa has crossed over the top, and with the comfort of lower altitude in front of her, her morale and pace have increased. Samantha, who is now trailing Lisa in 5th place, has also felt the shift in momentum. Now there is only the second-year veteran of the course, Molly Sheridan, to pass over the first peak and move toward lower ground.
5 out of the 6 runners has passed, all except for Molly. Just update us about your location and how Molly is doing. Molly's doing good, a little tired. We're about 12 kilometers from the top. We're at the Buddha Pond. That's great, thank you. Roger, thank you.
She's far back. Still plenty of time.
Another 3 hours?
Minimum 3 hours, I'd say. No, 8 kilometers is there, so 4 hours, I'd say.
Okay. You want those gaiters for the next?
No,
later.
So we're on the descent into Leh. We're 10.5 hours into the race, just about 65k total. So got through South Pulu at about 3:15 or so. It's just about a quarter of the way, so feeling like there's still a long way to go, which there is. I've done 65k. That still means that there's 160k to go, 100 miles. So the 100-miler starts now at 4:30 in the afternoon. All right, I'm gonna run.
Moving into the late hours of the day, the runners are beginning to hit the first physical challenges of their run. Now, with over 26 miles behind them, the body begins to cannibalize itself, and they are forced to keep up a high caloric intake to maintain their energy. But with the lack of blood flow to the stomach, digestion can be challenging. And if the body can't process the food, it will begin to vomit it up, and dehydration will follow quickly.
I suppose certainly if she continues to throw up and isn't able to keep down solid, then that's something that we need to continue to look into. But hopefully she can swallow the Zantac. Maybe she vomited and then it started hurting. Maybe there's some gastritis because stomach's empty. She's increased acidosis, all that good stuff.
Lisa has become a victim to vomiting, and her body has been rejecting food. Her crew is working to increase her blood oxygen level, and by sitting still, she will improve the blood flow to the stomach for digestion. But she must start to keep down calories soon, or her strength will plummet, and she will be unable to continue.
We're noodling up. Lisa wants noodles, lots of water. Doing good? Oh, come on, come on. She's doing good. We're just going to try and get some food into her.
Jason's great, man. He's pretty strong. I mean, obviously he's tired. He's run, what, 70k so far? It's 20 to 5. I think we'll be reaching Leh maybe 6:30, 7, which is a pretty good time.
Ahead, Jason continues his pace and has a well-thought-out system to avoid the dangers of burning himself out on the downhill.
So right now I'm running 4, walking 1. Keep the legs fresh.
What's that mean?
Means I run for 4 minutes and then walk for 1. And what it does is it allows the legs to pump blood back up to the heart more efficiently when you're walking, because blood isn't there. If you're walking, you're on support on 2 rather than on 1. So it just keeps the legs fresh. Doesn't really cost me anything, because if I was running the whole time, I'd lose, I would just tire more quickly. That means for every hour, I'm running 48 minutes and walking 12.
Vijay, this is Kunal here. I'm at the petrol pump. Where are you right now?
We are at South Pulu. Me, Rajat, Percy, Ankit, and we are waiting for Molly's team to get here. It's not, they'll take something like 1 hour or so.
So you're saying that Molly is 1 hour behind South Pulu right now. Is that correct?
Approximate time, not exact.
Okay. Updates from my side. Sanchez is going strong. He should have reached Tikse by now, according to me. Sharon Gayner is very close behind him. Jason Rita has entered Skampari, so he should be at the petrol pump in the next 20 minutes. Lisa Tamati is somewhere near Gangles, and her team is in town to buy refreshments for her. Did you get all that? Over.
Yeah, that's fine. Good update. Thank you very much.
Okay, I need to know where Samantha Gash is. Okay, please get back to me with that immediately. Thank you. Over and out. Wonderful.
Now on the outskirts of the city of Leh, Kunal works to stay up to date on each runner's location. But with the limited reception of both two-way radios and cell phones, it comes with its challenges. And he is working diligently to keep track of each team along the mountainous route.
Hello? Hello, Jitin. Trying to call Jitin, who's in Jason Rita's car. They should arrive any moment now, any moment. If anything from the next 5 minutes to the next 20 minutes.
How far?
To Choklam, sir? Yeah. Around 18 kilometers. Choklam, sir, is around like that much, yeah.
On the map, it's like 6 that you gave us.
No,
I'm good, mate. I'm good.
We'll do it together. Doesn't matter.
Red light?
No.
No.
I don't think you did. Look.
Well, he said you head towards the red light.
There's some diversion. Well, she's ahead of schedule still. I think she's ahead of schedule by over 1 hour at the moment. She's doing a lot more walking than the running part, but that's due to the day and darkness as well. And that, so she's comfortable within herself, and food's going down fairly well. And she's having little small bites to eat every hour. So yeah, it's going better than we thought at the moment.
Doing great. Just waiting to hit the 100-mile mark so I can take off. Okay, how far is Susan behind?
She's about
a mile?
No. I think we drove for about 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, a mile, less than a mile. Okay, thank you.
Crossing the Leh Valley at 11,000 feet, there is more oxygen in the air, and the pace of the runners has now increased. But the high-altitude desert and the cool, damp nights can bring on exhaustion and hypothermia, and the runners must now guard themselves from such dangers.
Is that okay?
Yeah. A little soft, sorry.
Jason has been moving for 15 hours and now is unable to maintain a stable core temperature, showing early signs of hypothermia.
Can you take one of the night shells out? The night shell, blue or orange.
All right, so he's cold. He's hypothermic, basically. So I'd like him to eat that warm food. I'd like him to put on something dry and maybe get in the back seat inside this sleeping bag for a little while.
Dr. Thompson, who is overseeing the medical team, has picked up on signs of hypothermia in Jason and is advising his crew on how best to treat the condition.
Like you can go to guest house, you can take a rest a little bit. That will be even better if he's willing to do that.
Give him the blanket. Take it out and give it to him. Jason needs to get warm. He's feeling a little bit cold, so that's why he's sitting in the car, having some hot food, wrapped up in his sleeping bag. As soon as his temperature goes down a little bit, he'll continue. He wants to continue. I think he's feeling okay. He's just being cautious because it's still early in the race. So right now it's 8:37. Maybe we'll be out of here by 9, hopefully. I think before 9 should be good.
In addition, Dr. Thompson has been keeping notes on the stats of the leaders, Ray and Sharon.
Ray was, I got him a little bit past maybe 1 kilometer, 17:15. And Sharon, I got her probably 2 kilometers before here, and that was at 1700.
So pretty close. So good.
You're in the 17s.
Were they strong?
Ray hadn't lost too much more weight, which is the major concern with him. He was no signs and symptoms. And Sharon was just having a hard time along this way with all the cars and kind of urban
tough.
and the dust and stuff, so she was using some extra notes, but other than that, she looked pretty good.
It's 2:09 a.m., 12th August. So we are in, how much? 24, I don't know, 18 hours or something in the run right now. Heading towards Rumsey. Rumsey is the most important cutoff point for the runners. They need to make it by 10 p.m. tonight. If they don't do that, they are out. I think all of them will make it. So Lisa's caught up on Samantha, not so much because she's speeding up. I think it's because Samantha's been slowing down a little bit. And again, she must be like at 125 odd kilometer mark. Just a kilometer behind. Last I saw her behind Jason Rita. And Jason, I haven't medically checked him, but I think he's a little feverish. Again, slowing down because earlier on he was very, very strong. So that's him. And then Ray is flying. Ray is ahead of us, I think, by, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 kilometers, I think. Early on, for the first 30 kilometers, he lost some weight. I think 5 kgs or something. Now that's quite a bit in first 30 kilometers to lose. But then since then, he's been pretty stable. He has been eating a little bit better now. But yeah, I think things are settling down now. Hoping for 6 finishers.
How you doing? Can you open up for you? Yep.
So, have you been pissing so far?
Just right now, I just went.
Okay.
It was yellow.
How much was it? Like
about 2 ounces.
When was the last time you did that?
Maybe an hour ago. I'm feeling good.
So, okay, so no
Strong.
pain?
I'm
no
not,
headache, no nothing?
No, I'm not running hard. I'm just taking it easy.
It's gonna start getting colder as you get up here. Any interest in any gear for that?
I think I might make it through. If not, just grab a jacket. I'm doing pretty warm. I'm keeping a steady pace. 12:49 pace. I'll probably end up with like a 14:30 pace by the time I get to the top. Once I get to the top, I'll fly down.
How's your diet?
It's good. It looks like I might break 35 easily. That's good. A bit upset stomach, but besides that, I'm doing great.
The guy's a beast. He hasn't stopped running. Like that's not normal. Like, for how long has he been here so far? Not even 10 days.
No, exactly. 10 days only.
10 days only. It's like for this kind of efforts, it's the minimum. Like he could be lying. Like probably like most of the runners here are lying about like what they're feeling because they're scared we might check on them too much and kick them out. But this is insane. Like this guy here, it's a beast. Like
when you look at him, you don't really notice anything negative either.
You know what?
So far.
Like
so far.
No, I don't know. Like the way he walks sometimes when he stops, kind of like seem like unbalanced.
Oh, okay.
But you know, like these guys, like they take the pain as if it was nothing.
I got your arm. You can just relax it.
Ray is now in Rumsi, the final checkpoint before the steep grade up to Tanglang La.
How are your blisters?
I'm dealing with them.
Okay.
It is here that runners will have a complete medical checkup and spend some time getting warm and recovering to prepare for the final 4,000 feet climb up to the Tanglang La Pass.
Are you feeling a little longer?
Huh?
You feeling a little longer?
It's like 115 over 70, which is fine.
I'm a little dehydrated.
Go ahead and continue getting warm.
Okay.
Are you feeling cold or overly cold or anything like that? Do I need to check your temperature? Or
I'm a little cold right now. I gotta get something warm.
okay. Go check your pulse. Okay. 80, 82. Okay. That sounds good.
So what's the temp you think it's gonna be up there? You know the temps will be up there?
Sorry?
It would be below freezing?
It seems to be like it's already temperature is around like 4 or 5, so it could be
45?
Yeah, so it could be around that.
It'll get colder.
Yeah, it's gonna get colder.
That's what sunrise.
Ray is becoming impatient with the time he is spending at Rumsi. His concern that Sharon is closing the distance is on his mind, and he makes it clear to his team that he must move on as quickly as possible.
We're getting hot noodles ready for you.
Okay.
Okay? So you're gonna eat that and then okay?
I need to hurry up and get out of here.
Yeah.
Morning, Sharon. You look so much better.
Yeah, let's get it's Friday the 12th, 6:40. Yeah, me and Mumsy. We on schedule wise, we're 2 hours up on schedule. What we marked down for ourselves. So it's
You just tell me that.
we took, but no, we
I'm
did.
2 hours behind.
So in the schedule, it's going well, sort of thing. It's been hard work, and it's that's on. We've got the nice sections, obviously the waist. I think that'll be the same for most people. But she's been going well. She's kept it going, and been going through some hard low points and high points. So it's nice to get here. This was the main aim, to get here, get a bit of rest, and we're looking at spending an hour and a half to 2 hours here, and hopefully we can get from here. Then what we're aiming from here is try to get up to the top and straight over. Jeez. So we won't want to be spending as little time on the top as possible. So that's what our plans are. But it's gone better than the schedule. As I said, we're needing up 2 hours up on our schedule, so we're pleased with that. And yeah, it hasn't been too bad. It's certainly a challenge. I think they can justify the naming it as one of the toughest races in the world. So looking forward to the finish.
Going back into thin air on his way up to Tanglang La at 17,500 feet, Ray no longer has the speed from day one. Now 102 miles into the course, he still has concerns of Sharon and is working with his crew to stay up to pace.
We are around, I guess, 10 or 11 kilometers from the top, and altitude-wise we would be around, so we are at around 16,000 feet almost now, 16,000 feet. So around 11-12 kilometers to go, and around 1,500 feet to go, yeah. Thing is, Ray wants to pace up because Sharon is behind 1.5 hours, and she would be probably running. And Ray has his own timeline set, so he wants to finish it at that timeline. And the thing, what is happening is he's consuming a lot of time in peeing, and that's why in between whatever time he gets, he wants to pace up. That's the current update. Okay.
How much are you drinking per hour? Not that much, a little bit. Everything I drink comes right out. Okay. Okay, give me your fingers.
Pierre, the medic, has caught up with Ray and his team. He has stopped them for a routine checkup to be sure that Ray is not losing weight and has the proper blood oxygen levels for the climb.
Okay, you're a bit low, but it's normal at this altitude. And you're not that tachycardic. That's the sign of possible severe acute mountain sickness. So we're not there to the things that I want to prevent.
Okay, so walk slower.
Yeah, walk slower.
Okay.
You're killing it, so let's not get hurt in the process.
Okay.
Whoever paces him.
We'll carry this one.
Yeah. You call me if it goes underneath 70%, and you call Rajat, okay?
Okay, we'll do that. I'll inform the guys.
All right.
Now having been running for over 25 hours, Ray is weaker than on day one, causing his breathing to slow and the amount of time in high altitude to increase.
I said we'll be maintaining it at 74, even though we've climbed a bit. 62, 56.
In addition, he is unable to consistently maintain his blood oxygen levels at a safe place, again making him a concern to the medical team.
Ray, can you sit for just 1 second in the car so I can check you out? Right now it's 12:20. We are on the 12th of August. We are about 5,300 meters, and we are about 4 kilometers away to the top of Tanglang La, which is the second highest point of this ultramarathon. Ray is currently leading the ultramarathon. He's continuing, he hasn't stopped yet. He's killing it, but thing is, I think he's reached the limit right now, and I advise him to calm down. Is the percentage of blood of oxygen in his blood has reached a limit that I didn't really like, and he's kind of getting confused and dizzy. These are pretty. These symptoms could be from dehydration, fatigue. He has been running for probably like 30 hours straight without really stopping for sleeping or anything like that. So at this altitude we have to rule out acute mountain sickness at any point. So that's why I told him to stop for a bit, and we'll be checking him out pretty frequently.
So organizer, I just want to tell you that in case you feel bad at any moment, you always have the option of staking. Yeah, you can stake, you can go down, you have plenty of time, you're going really strong right now. You've got a lot of time, so at any time if you want to rest, you have the option of staking. You can go down to room, so you can go to a lower altitude, you can sleep for some hours, eat, hydrate and come back. That is an option. Please keep that in mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah? I want you to keep that in mind, and you have plenty of time.
Just to finish strong.
Yeah, you have plenty of time.
Yeah.
Okay? So don't worry about that. Okay. Yeah? Keep that option in mind, all of you also.
Okay. And the walkie-talkie you'll give us now?
I'll go and find the walkie-talkie, and now it stays with you, it doesn't leave you. Yeah?
And every 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Channel 9?
Channel 16.
16.
Only 16.
Girish, this is Pierre speaking. Do you copy over?
We'll be taking a reading in the next few minutes.
Okay, can I just have some infos on Sharon now? Over.
Give you the readings as soon as she comes in.
I reckon she would be just below that. Switch back. Yeah, she's looking strong. She's looking strong.
Sharon, who has been gaining on Ray for the past several hours, has closed the distance to within a few kilometers, but her asthma makes her standing in the race unpredictable.
Sharon, I've been having on radio contact with her every 30 minutes to get his main vital signs. She's doing okay, but right now we're gonna just go and find her and to see her face to face how she's doing. 76. I like this number.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be going underneath 70, okay?
Okay.
Has it gone underneath 70?
No, not that I'm aware of.
We've been putting regular ones in. We've had 79.
Sharon is also a possible medical problem for us medical team because she has asthma, and at this altitude plus the huge amount of dust in the air, we have to check her out pretty frequently because an asthma crisis would be a pretty bad thing here. We're pretty far away from any major medical facility, so we have to be pretty careful with all these runners here. That's weird. It looks weird. Do the same thing with the other hand. You're doing great. Just like now, one step to the other, like as if you were. Okay, you're doing great.
Yeah, I never had bumps anyway.
Good news, it's not 9.1, it's 8.1 kilometers.
Wow.
There you go.
Exactly.
Even better.
Okay.
So we'll do 2 kilometers at a time for you?
Yeah, so we know if you do 2K at a time,
One K. Okay, we'll stick to the 1K. Yeah. And then you'll know, so 8 stops. Right?
Other side of the road, please, to the left. Thank you. You can take yours. Well, we're basically exactly 4.2 kilometers below Tanglang La. We measured it right now. We were up there 10 minutes back. So Ray Sanchez is 4.2 kilometers below Tanglang La. Approximately what the command center has told me, Sharon should be 5 kilometers to 6 kilometers below Ray Sanchez. The distance last night was 12 kilometers. It's come down to 5 to 6 kilometers, which means that the lead is slow and number 2 is gaining on number 1.
So earlier, you remember earlier we were doing 500 meters? Like our crew car would wait every 500 meters? Then when we spoke with the doctor, so they said you could make it wait for 1 kilometer. So 1 kilometer apparently was slightly too much for us. So then we said we'll make it 500 meters again. And now we made it 600, 400. So it's like we walk 600 first. He replenishes all his gels and everything, and we take the pulse and everything. Then we do the 400.
Now near a kilometer from the top of Tanglang La, Sharon is in eyesight of Ray, and her team is surprised to be so close.
She's keeping it slow, but going very well at the moment, and so we're pleased with it. We didn't realise, we got tough information. People were saying, no, Ray's 5k over the other side, and that. So yeah, we've been given misinformation about where people are and what people are doing. On Ray's case we have, and that. Everyone's been asking us, where you at, where you at. So we've been given all the information about what we're doing and how we're feeling. But then when it's coming from the other, no, there's no information, no radio calls, and Ray's over the other side. So
Ray is struggling with the altitude, and his pace is suffering by the continuous need for medical checks. But it is essential for the team to keep a close eye, as he has begun to show potential signs of high-altitude pulmonary edema.
So you're retaining water.
And what?
You're keeping water.
Peeing.
Yeah, even though you're peeing though. Pretty much it's your body telling you that you're not, like the acclimatization is not going as it's supposed to be.
So what should I do? Yeah.
Get down as soon as possible.
Okay, good. Well,
okay. Well don't push yourself in like...
my time still?
Yeah, of course, but...
So what I do is once I get across, then I just start walking down.
Yeah.
I'll have him get the tea.
Don't push yourself too hard.
No, walk.
Walk.
Okay.
Yeah, sit in the car. Then just don't want to walk down. No, sit in the car just for Pierre, not for that.
Ray has reached Tanglang La. Now with Sharon closing in and altitude eating away at his health, he desperately wants to move to lower ground. Panicking, he leaves his crew members behind and takes off for the final descent towards the finish.
Carlos!
Sharon moves slowly up the pass to Tanglang La. She has now been trailing Ray for almost 32 hours, and having him within eyesight, she desperately wants to take the lead. But at 17,500 feet, she must maintain her focus on her breathing and keep her asthma under control.
Okay, I just took the oxygen. Have it with you? Okay, good. We'll do it right there. All right, that's about.
At 33 hours, 46 minutes into the race, Ray has requested a medical checkup, and Sharon moves into first place. She now has 15 miles to maintain her lead on the way to the finish line.
She's at 37 and a half hours from the start. She's 55. She has asthma. She's having her asthma's coming back, and she's the first one. She's gonna be the first woman finishing the race. She's gonna crush the first record time from last year. She's going fast. She's going strong.
Yeah.
And she's full of rage.
And you said the Ray is like 3 kilometers away from her?
Ray right now is between 3 and 2 kilometers behind her. And he's also pushing himself to the limit, but no, he's never gonna come back and catch up with her.
finishing in 37 hours, 34 minutes, and 37 seconds. Sharon is both the first place finisher and the first woman to complete the arduous course. But the physical drive to be first has inflamed her asthma, and she is now in the midst of a serious attack. With several hours between her and the nearest hospital, the crew must stabilize and leave quickly towards safety.
मिल गया जॉन रुक जा देख ले फिर भी निकाल ले एक बार जमीन हो रहा ओके मेरा सर
Okay, so where's the Medikit stuff that I gave? Rajat, where's the? Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to be between. Here. Side.
And she did great. She shaved off, I think, 11 hours, 11 minutes, something like that, of their last year's record. And I think this will stand for a while.
How's her health going to be?
I'm actually not concerned for her. So she's gone to room C right now where the medic, one of the medic teams is, and Pierre, one of our doctors, he's gone with her. So I'm actually very comfortable with her.
Suffering from the confusing effects of high altitude, Ray had gotten lost and now has returned to the course to finish 1 hour and a half behind Sharon.
Good job, Ray!
Yes! There you go! Like I said, I'm just savoring the last few kilometers, thinking back to all the amazing moments. I think this race has the real potential to be one of the iconic races of the world in terms of the ultra community. Certainly it's not for everybody, but for anybody who wants to I'd give it a go. I'd say it's definitely worth it. Tough day out, but that's what we usually are looking for.
Now nearing 46 hours of running, Jason is finishing 7 hours behind Ray and is reflecting on the emotional experience of the past 2 days.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Achok.
Hey.
Jason. Well done, man. Amazing. Good result. This. Well done, man. Oh, well done.
Delayed by the dangers of traversing Tanglang La through snowfall of the night before, Lisa and the final runners are descending upon the Mori Plains and the last miles to the finish line.
Latest update is we're all good. We got to the top last night, can't remember what time. Staked at the top, went back down to the Rumsi and had a bit of a snooze. Got back up at about 5 in the morning and just trying to knock this last little bit over, but Lisa's really good, just a bit of a stomach cramp at the moment. But hopefully sort of under 10k to go. Hopefully. So we're looking good. She's good. She's doing really well. She's.
Yeah, it's been a really, really brutal race. Obviously, we've had everything from sandstorms to snowstorms to 40-degree heat to yeah, it's a bloody brutal race. The worst thing is the trucks. Really, they're just horrible. You know, as well as the altitude and everything else.
Now shy of 7 miles from the finish, Samantha is fighting an ongoing case of hypothermia in her efforts to complete the race.
So since the approach up to Khardung La Pass, she's had a initial low reading, and just when the docs came and said to us that you've got to monitor it, and ever since then she's just been jumping up and down. So, you know, she went up to a 97.2 or something, 97.2 at one stage, then she drops down, she goes back up to 95, so yeah, I don't know, we just kind of keep her warm with this and just check on her regularly. But there's not a lot we can do. Near the end of the race, she's got the, I don't know, she just wants to finish. I don't blame her.
Molly, who has not been able to rest during the past 24 hours due to the time constraints of course cutoff times, has fought through the night and early morning of the day to cross over Tanglang La. Now with 8 miles to go, she is pushing hard to finish within the 60-hour cutoff time for the course.
We have about 10, 11 miles left. Third day, basically. Just working her butt off all night last night to get up to Rumsey and get up to the top of this thing so we could get down. So we're on the backside of Khardung La, and yeah, she's feeling really good. Pace is looking really good. Time's looking really good. So we're happy.
Within sight of the finish, Lisa and the final members of the race walk with lifted spirits over the last rolling section of the open plains.
There it is. Hey. Come on.
Well done, brother.
I've done a lot, but that fucking takes the cake, that one.
This beats off. This one beats off.
And I hope I never see you again. As much as I love you, I don't want to ever see you again.
This weather's kind of crazy. Gets a little bit hot, gets a little bit cold, it's a little bit rainy.
What is 9 kilometers in miles?
Oh, we're at 31 and then
so
0.6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Less than 6.
Oh, less than 6. Ish.
Clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking.
Let's roll. Where are we going? That way.
We're going to the finish.
For Molly, who 1 year earlier was forced to drop from the first running of the course, it is a particularly emotional finish, and she joins with her daughter Bailey and close friend John for embrace in her accomplishment.
Yeah, Molly. Woo! Okay, guys.
All right.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Okay.
Thanks everybody. All your support, honestly. It was so nice to see all your faces out there. Just want to say thanks, it was awesome. I'm glad that it's over.